All right. We are live. What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist. And New Year's Day. The time when you lie to yourself and you make promises you have no intention of keeping. You make resolutions that you'll stick with for, statistically speaking, 30 days. The new year, when everything's supposed to magically fix itself and your life's supposed to be perfect. It's an interesting time because I feel like most people put themselves through this temporary delusion that success is right around the corner because of a calendar date. And so in this training, I'm going to talk about the habits you can pick up in order to make that success happen. I'm going to talk about how to improve your finances, how to improve personally as far as self-development goes, and how to improve in business. Before we get started, of course, let's give shout outs to the sponsors. They're the ones that keep the lights on for me, and I'm very grateful to work with them. First shout out is going to be Ginger and David. If you guys don't know them, they are a veteran-owned clothing company that is the standard for branded clothing items. Amazing versatility and variety. Their clothes are very durable, and they make the Rob the Warrior Strategist t-shirts and hooded sweatshirts and all kinds of stuff. If you need to grow a branded clothing line, reach out to them. They've got design services and drop shipping, automatic setup, all kinds of shit. They're really good at what they do. So shout out to Ginger and David. Shout out to Mike's Damascus Knives, Mike's Damascus LLC, hand-forged tactical kitchen and utility knives. This is high-end stuff. This is hand-forged. My name is on this. Quality materials go into the handle. These are not cheap materials. Mike takes pride in what he does, make it some of the best damn knives out there. Mike's DamascusKnives.com. Unbelievable company and really good in the kitchen. Like, these are durable, very durable knives, very effective. All right. So if you're popping on here, feel free to say hi in comments and let me know who you are, because on StreamYard, it's only going to show me Facebook user. Okay. So right off the bat, every year people have this fallacy that New Year's Day in January is supposed to be this magical time when they get their shit together and, you know, they join gyms, which they promptly quit like the 1st of February. The gyms actually plan ahead for this. The fitness industry plans ahead for this. Why? Because it happens every year. And so I always tell people, if you're making New Year's resolutions, you've lost. And I know that sounds super negative, but it's true. The time isn't January 1st to start getting your shit together and actually, you know, being a grown up and committing to a few things. The time is all year round. And if you build a lifestyle of success, you're going to see far better results in what you're doing. It means incorporating habits, and you don't have to be at the highest end of discipline like Jocko or David Goggins or Gary Vee or all these assholes that are out there telling you to work 20 hours or to run 50-mile marathons or you aren't shit, or to just, you know, grind it out for 25 years so that you can be happy for like 10 of them. Because that's the exact opposite of the spectrum. Those guys aren't happy. And those guys don't have balance. But it is important for you to go, let's say if those guys are here and they're all successful and they're all grinding and they're working 30 hours a day, they never see their families and they're, you know, multimillionaires, whatever the fuck. But they don't have balance. And you don't need to be at the 10 out of 10 of discipline, commitment, working your ass off so that you're chasing money. That's not the secret. That's not the way to get what you're looking for. I started getting really serious. I was a little serious all year, but I was really serious in November. Not January, fucking November. And I finally got to a point where I was like, I don't like anything that's happening in my life. I'm really struggling at my business. I'm really struggling to land clients. I'm really struggling with sales. I'm really struggling with my own personal happiness. What can I do? Because at the end of the day, you always have choice. You always have control over what you're doing. And it always ties back into better lifestyle. And once you make those small changes, everything gets better. So even today, I didn't go out partying all crazy. I didn't, I went to a few places. I made a nice dinner. I was up at 4:30 talking to an amazing client, a guy that's really, really successful in all aspects of life. And we usually talk for about 45 minutes. Today was 2.5 hours. And I was so grateful for just that knowledge. Going back to November, I decided that I needed to really improve as a person. I started doing beach runs again. I started really looking at what I was eating. And I started changing the way that my business runs. And I started looking at the Punch the Dragon stuff, the things that I put off. And I fixed a lot of them. I'm still fixing them. And I promise this is all going someplace. This isn't just Rob like rambling on a what's today, Monday morning. But the point is I addressed every component of my life I wasn't happy with. I did some great upgrades, but I also made lifestyle changes. Promising myself and doing it, not just promising, but doing it, executing. Exercise 5 times a week, 4 or 5 times. Cutting down on calories. Eating healthy foods that were not processed, fast food, or flour based. Adjusting, social drinking, so that I'm not like getting loaded on the weekends and just adding a lot of empty calories that serve no purpose. I got it down to like 1 or 2 drinks that are vodka based. I invested in my business, and I'm addressing the things that I put off the most. I lost 10 pounds baseline. Like I wake up 10 pounds lighter than I was at the beginning of November. I bounce back really quick, even if I eat a little too much. Baseline weight is at a certain number, which I like. And with some more consistent nutrition and exercise, I'm going to be down to a level I haven't been to in a long time. Business is running better. I brought on some new clients. I did a launch the other day and I sold out. Very grateful for that. But I also put out a crazy offer. I do that once a year to reward people. The point is, I didn't wait for January. I started in early November because I wanted that success and I wanted to stop fucking around. And it's paying off, which is amazing. Shout out to Brandon Harris, Ted Fox, Jared Kaufman. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be sharing some really, really specific stuff that will help you guys. So we'll get to that in just a second. All right. So the first thing I'm going to share is don't rely on a calendar date like your birthday or New Year's Day or the month of January, New Year's, whatever, for your success. You can't program your brain like that. And it's why everybody quits the gym in February. You have to maintain a certain level, certain baseline level of success all year round. And like I said, you don't have to be 10 out of 10 discipline misery, tons of hours. But you do have to challenge yourself to do stuff and make sacrifices. I started getting up at 4 a.m. almost every day, going to bed at like 7:30 or 8. And like last week or the week before, I remember I took myself out to dinner to celebrate a win. And it felt so foreign to see people. and to talk to people and to be out in public. And that's how I knew I was working too hard. Because I put in a lot of hours, but it's fun. I'm not miserable. I love my clients. I love the projects I'm working on. I love being a consultant because I can do whatever I want to do and pick and choose who I work with. But you also have to have balance. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to the real actual training. But the first lesson, the first hard stomp, don't wait for January. Start making it year round. Start making it to where you're having that New Year's Eve and New Year's Day resolution energy all year round. You should be training just as hard in April and August in all aspects, fitness, business, personal development, everything, all year round, instead of waiting. This is why everybody fails. Instead of waiting for January because it's some magical switch in your head, like you're just going to be this perfect person overnight. You're fucking not, and you're probably going to give up. How many people do you know stop going to the gym, start getting fat in like March, right? How many people subscribe to the idea that, oh, the holidays are coming. I'm going to gain some weight and I'm just going to gorge out and I'm going to have all these meals and Thanksgiving and blah, blah, blah. And they mentally say, hey, I'm mentally checking out so that I can gain some weight and be miserable. Or another example is, oh, the sales slow down in the holidays and nobody's buying in November and December. Bullshit. It's number one shopping time of the month of the year. Like this number one shopping month of the year. Reframe. These rules we write in our heads, they don't serve us always. And they're not always true, and they're not always helpful. So if you start thinking about this stuff and you start recognizing some of the rules you've written in your head and change them, you'll have more success for sure. Jared says, if every day is a cheat day, you have a problem. Yeah, Jared, that's a great one. Gratification is the key word. If you want to be successful, understand that your brain has a certain reward system. And you do need to satiate it. You do need to take yourself out, celebrate wins, drop some money, buy yourself something to celebrate wins. But you can't get to the point where you get lazy and you're indulging and you're just doing whatever. If I chose to, I could sit back, buy a bunch of booze, play video games all day long, and, you know, go out night clubbing in the bars and just waste money doing a bunch of stupid shit. And that's not me either. Should I do a little more social stuff? Yeah, absolutely. But reward yourself for a job well done, but don't get into a lifestyle that's that. I know a lot of people who their business growth is almost at zero because they're out partying all the time. They're out drinking. They're out with their friends. They're out, like, San Diego is really bad for this because it's a fun town. There's a bajillion bars here. There are people drinking every single night. If you live in PB, there's a party going on almost every night. But you don't have growth in that lifestyle. You don't meet quality people. You can't keep yourself in shape, or if you do, it's really tough. And honestly, you're just on a loop of failure. And I maintain that you cannot be double-footed in the influencer lifestyle and the entrepreneur lifestyle. There are two different modes of thought. And this is why a lot of businesses aren't growing, because people are fucking around. I don't expect people to be like me. I don't expect you to get up at 4 a.m. and fucking go hit the beach or, you know, work until 6 p.m. and fucking never go out and have, you know, spend a lot of Friday and Saturday nights alone at home. Like, I don't expect you to be there either. Because that's, like I said, on that unhealthy extreme. But I feel like more people need to really adjust the concentrated effort and their time in the day to do better. All right, enough general theory. Let's get to tactics and strategies. This is the only reason people really tune in to listen to my bullshit. First off, okay, we're going to go over 3 areas. We're going to go over financial, we're going to go over personal, and we're going to go over business. What's up, Mike? Gave you a shout out earlier for the knives. Hope you're doing well, man. Phil Cook, hello. Okay, so for financial, if you want to make more money in 2024, develop income streams. As a teacher of Design Your Paycheck for 2 years, I isolated 30 to 34 income streams. And if you're a single income stream household, like you just go to your job, you're going to have a very tough time not only growing, but keeping up with consumer costs, keeping up with bills. Income streams are not tough to develop. A lot of them are free. A lot of them you can make from air. Okay. It's just a matter of committing to it. So I've often told you guys, I wrote the new Tactical CEQ PR guide. I did a print version. I did a digital version. I gave up my Thanksgiving to have this. I worked from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. writing 50 pages of original content so that I have this asset, right? As of today, I think I'm at $1,350 in sales, $1,350 for something I can sell for the rest of my life. That is a very high quality product. And I haven't even run ads against it yet. That's an income stream. It's an active income stream if I'm working at it and I have to put in some hours and I have to actively promote it. But then once I automate it and I have ads going out and I have social media going out with sale pages, it becomes passive. It becomes something I barely have to put any work on, and I wake up to you've got money, right? So now I've created 2 types of income streams. Now, income streams have 4 different quadrants: active, passive, recurring, and accrual. Active means you put in the work. You have to actively like put in some hours to sell it. Passive means that it is making sales either automatically or it's like collecting rent on a rental property. It's collecting dividends for a mutual fund. Passive means you're making money with little or no effort. Recurring means you're getting money every month. Membership sites, newsletters, month-to-month consulting, whatever. If you're getting money every single month through a subscription or a membership, you're good to go. And then accrual means you buy something and it's worth more later. Accrual can be, 5 years ago, I would have said crypto. But accrual is usually like real estate, stocks, pretty much hard assets that gain in value, gold, silver, blah, blah, blah. And so you should be using those 3, the first 3, active, passive, recurring, and investing in accrual. And I was talking to this guy this morning who is a multi-7-figure business owner. And he completely agreed with me, because all he does is he just keeps saving up money, and then he buys an accrual asset every time his savings get to a certain point. And this is why he's got like a ridiculous amount of income streams coming in. So that's the first thing, guys. You can make small income streams. If you just need like $1,000 in 30 days, make an ebook, make a small course, sell consulting. Even in the early days of doing my Rob the Warrior Strategist stuff, I made a media course called Mediapreneur. And for 5 days, I just sent out emails about how to get on TV, how to get on podcasts, how to brand yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I think I made like $1,500 off it. It's a very low cost thing. It was like $200 or something, $250. But I made that. It wasn't a lot of effort. I sent out an email every single day for 5 days. Everyone was happy. But it was a very unsophisticated and easy course. So the point is, any of you guys can make ebooks, consulting, courses, whatever, membership sites, free Facebook group, whatever. There's so many income streams out there, but most people are honestly either too lazy or too scared to do them. They're scared of failure. But if you're serious about getting more money in 2024, because let's be honest, shit's expensive. And I hear people complaining all the time. Oh, it's this person's fault. It's the government's fault. It's Biden's fault. It's Trump's fault. It's the Gavin Newsom's fault. No. The problem with you not having enough money is in the mirror. And if you're honest with yourself about it, you'll do something about it. You'll get angry. Anger is a great gift for change. Controlled anger. I don't mean like running around punching the drywall there, Kyle. Don't go nuts. But I'm just saying frustration and anger and lack will motivate you to do things you need to do. Every single one of you can think about whatever your best skill set is. And I'm seeing Joe Nicasio here. I'm seeing Kevin Baker. I'm seeing Gunny. Monetize that. Because if you have a skill set, you know how to do something, you know how to teach something, turn it into a sellable asset, okay? A lot of people can't afford to work with me one-on-one. My regular price is like, for every service I have is $4,500 for a month or 6 weeks. And a lot of people can't afford that. But guess what? They can afford $47 for a digital guide that is my best strategies. They can afford $97 for the printed version that they can fill out and write in and use the QR codes to scan. So sell your knowledge. Sell a little piece of the experience of working with Joe Nicasio, with Lori McNeil, with Gunny Gonzalez, with Kevin Baker, whatever. And if you think to yourself, hey, I don't have a skill, Rob, or I don't know how to do anything, or I don't have anything people would buy. Bullshit. That's an excuse. I always tell people, if they're unskilled, start a media platform or focus on soft skills, support, therapy, right? Anybody can start a Facebook group, a private membership subscription Facebook group, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and just support people in a certain group. You could do single dads. You could do Albanian butchers. You could do, I mean, there's so many things out there where you could just create a community around you and your personality, and you don't necessarily have to teach hard skills. And this was like a fucking huge light bulb that came to me like 3 years ago. I was talking with Lori Wagner, and I was like, wait, you don't have to, because I was only teaching hard skills. I was only teaching, hey, this is how you do PR. This is how you do income streams. This is how you do whatever. I'd forgotten the human component of it, communications, soft skills, right? And for people that don't feel like they can teach something specific, you can make a community just around your personality and center yourself as the alpha, as the leader, draw people to you, tell people about it, and you could be a great support group. You know, I could do something that's just support for San Diego business owners. But the point is, cater to a specific niche or community, put yourself in the center, and then just sell memberships. People will pay money for a good hang. People will pay money to be supported. People will pay money, especially if they are the perfect avatar for whatever it is that you will help them with. And sometimes people just want a friend to talk to that they have some commonality with. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like rocket science. Make a private Facebook group for your community, for your city, or for your industry, or for a topic that you like. Tactical beagle vests, just some bullshit. But create value for people. Give people a reason to come hang out with you. And yes, they'll pay money for it. You know how many assholes are running masterminds that absolutely are overpricing and overcharging people, and people pay it thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, even if they're not getting return on investment, they're not getting any type of actionable advice. They're just doing it for the hang, to be around high-end people. There's always demand for companionship. There's always demand for fellowship and community. And guys, this isn't hard to do. I honestly cannot think of a better and faster and less expensive business model than to just start a community. If you don't have a marketable skill, or you don't feel you do, start a fucking community, start a media platform. I started Shift Magazine 6 years ago with zero experience because I believe strongly in my vision. And Shift has made tens of thousands of dollars in feature and ad sales. I've interviewed celebrities. I've gotten events, like VIP tickets to events, for free. It's always been a win, always. And I heard a lot of stupid shit coming up through the years about running a magazine. And thank God I didn't listen to any of them, because I'm too dumb to fucking listen to dumb people sometimes. I'm very stubborn. But the point is, income streams are going to be vital to your success. And they're not hard to make. You just have to have that vision, and you just have to be really determined to see it through and to nurture it and to grow it. It's not going to happen overnight. All right. So going on to financial, tweak the model. And this is important. A lot of people have business models that are not optimized. And what I mean by that is a person can have a 7-figure company, but if they have a ton of debt, they have a lot of outgoing expenses and a lot of overhead, they don't have an optimized business. I know quite a few people who have hit 7 figures and they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm spending $60,000 a month on rent for the brick and mortar I don't own. I'm spending, $20,000 a month on marketing and advertising. I'm spending this. I've got a business loan. I've got my overhead for all my employees. And I'm like, well, how much do you take home? And they're like, yeah, $6,000 a month. So you have $1 million company and you're taking home $6,000 a month. Think about a person that makes $50,000 a year, but by using taxes effectively, by using write-offs, by investing in their company and having multiple income streams, their take home is a lot more. And these are the things you have to think about. A business is like an engine. And there's Ryan, yeah, you have to look at P&L always. Ryan, yes. And this is what I love about you and Marshall. You guys, and I'm trying to be like, this is one of my punch the dragons, is I need to be at the point where my finances are tight, taxes are tight. I know how much I'm making. I'm getting notifications. Like I know how much I'm spending, all that shit. And that's what I'm working on. But the point is, optimize your business. Because even if you're bringing in a lot of money, if you're sending out a lot of money, and you don't have to, you're not being a great business owner. Okay. And I'm not trying to call anybody out specifically. I'm just saying I've seen this time and time again with people that have these great big giant monoliths that are a lot of hours to run and they're not happy. And they're even more not happy because they're not bringing home enough money because they haven't optimized the business model. They've created a job with a lot more hours than a typical 9 to 5. Okay. How do we optimize the business model? Effective tax strategies, proper use, ethical, proper use of write-offs. Okay. Business structure. What are the superpowers that you can use according to your business structure? Cutting out unnecessary expenses. Do you really need to buy a new Ford F-350? Unless it's a business truck, think about that. But the point is, tweak your model to use every advantage that you can. Hire a tax strategist. Hire people that are experts at scale. And hire people like Corey Thompson who will see through the weakest areas of your business, sit you down with that come to Jesus meeting and say, look, your business is jacked up. This is how we're going to fix it. By the way, if you're making over $250,000, talk to Corey Thompson. Because what he does is he gets 20 experts and they break down your business like an engine and they optimize every component of it. Sales, marketing, branding, outbound marketing, finances, accounting, everything. I have no problem recommending Corey Thompson because I've seen what he's doing firsthand. I've seen his client book. It's ridiculous. But if you're at 250,000 or above, you probably need his help. Just saying. All right. So with financials, make income streams, tweak the model. Number 3 is going to be branding. A lot of veterans, especially, tapping my foot here. You're not using branding effectively. And I was this guy. I'll be the first to tell you. When I first started, I didn't understand branding. I thought I have a website. I have a logo. I can make my own graphics. I have a brand. No, asshole. I have a company. Not the same as a brand. A brand is the culture of your organization. It's the personality of your business. And all that, I used to think it was all foofy shit for chicks. And I had the wrong attitude, Jack. I took a branding course from Desislava Dobriva. I dropped $1,000. I was not scared to invest in my business. And guess what? I still have her material and I still have her stuff. And through the power of branding, I was able to create my brand identity, Rob the Warrior Strategist. And that's what helped take me to another level. If you have a shitty website, it's going to reflect on your brand. If your copy and the way that you're writing sucks, it'll reflect on your brand. Okay? If your graphics are they look like high school projects, you need to hire a graphic designer, but it'll reflect on your brand. Branding equals more money. That's the bottom line. Are you a Pinto or are you a Rolls Royce? Branding and exclusivity and the cost of the experience are all very, very important. And too many veterans don't focus on the brand. They go as cheap as they can. They churn out a logo that means nothing. Hey, it looks cool, man. There's a gun on it, and there's a badger, and there's an American flag. Well, that's awesome, jackass. That's something you might like, but is it something that your audience likes? Is it something your client avatar likes? Is it something that is going to actually mean something in people's eyes? Branding is more important than people think. So buy a course, take a class on it, read some books, but figure out how to do better branding, because the better branding your company is, the better branding it has, the more you can charge for it, because people pay for exclusivity and they pay for nice shit. And if you want to work with wealthier, higher end clients, you're going to need to present yourself as nice shit. Okay. So over the last couple of years, I've up-leveled my graphics. I up-leveled the background. I up-leveled my lighting. I up-leveled the camera I'm using. I up-leveled to StreamYard. That's why I'm being seen right now across 9 social media platforms with this training. All of this has to do with my branding, though, believe it or not. And you're like, well, Rob, what the hell does a camera have to do with branding? Quality of your output, quality of what you're putting out there, perception, right? All this stuff's important. If you have weak graphics, if you're doing Facebook Lives and the background looks like the worst dimly lit room in your house, like it looks like a hostage video, you really think you're going to sell a $15,000 contract to somebody? These things matter. Perception matters. A brand needs to have a story so people will remember your company and can relate to you and your service. Exactly. So I had to transition from the idea that branding was a website, a logo, and some colors to what is the culture of Rob the Warrior Strategist? What does it stand for? What does it mean? Who does it appeal to? Once I upgraded all that stuff, I was able to charge a lot more and get it, because I'm a boutique service in the visibility world. I'm not the cheapest guy out there selling Pintos, right? Right now, I'm probably right under Porsches, but you also have to have the results to back it up. The branding can be hot fire, but if your results suck, you're not going to be around long. So anyway, yeah, start thinking about your brand plan, your brand identity. Start thinking about your logo. Does it tie in? Does it mean something? Another guy to talk to about this, if you need a high quality logo and you want to invest in something that is pretty fucking nice, talk to Garrison Fletcher. He's got a degree in organizational psychology. He makes logos, and he will take you through a very elaborate process to make a logo that actually means something, but speaks out to your audience and increases your sales. I highly recommend Garrison because of the quality of his work, because he knows his shit. What's up, Christopher and Christine and Ted? Good to see you guys. All right. So for financials, if you want to make more money in 2024, develop new income streams, tweak your business model so that it's optimized, and up-level your branding. Okay. Personal. First thing you should have is a fitness plan. You don't have to be a gym rat. You don't have to lose your mind. I have no problem saying I really don't feel like running some days. But everything revolves around fitness. I'm dead serious because it starts a chain reaction. Okay. And let me tell you what I mean by this. If you commit, and fitness is also nutrition, they're hand in hand. If you commit to 4 or 5 exercise sessions a week and you commit to learning how to cook nutritionally, you can still eat amazing food. You never have to starve. And your body will start turning into what you want it to be on its own, right? So I lost 10 pounds just by regularly running and looking at caloric intake and learning to cook better. If you guys need help with this, and I'm going to promote him, he's a client and he's a friend. I'm just, full disclosure. But reach out to Jeff Reiman at thereimaneffect.com, the-Reiman, REIMAN-effect.com. Jeff's a fitness competitor. He has won numerous competitions, former Marine, veteran, serial entrepreneur, data for, just great guy. But anytime I've turned to his teachings and trainings, my fitness gets back on track and I have a better attitude and I'm far more consistent. So reach out to Jeff if you need a better perspective on your own nutrition. He teaches nutrition. He teaches like exercise sessions. He's got consulting. He just launched the Reiman Effect because he's been teaching people this shit for 15 years. He's really good at what he does. And he's a good friend. You'll like him. Like if you look at all the people here right now that are watching this, I'm seeing these comments like Josh Prado. I love Josh Prado. I get to see him like once a year because he's busy and he's off doing amazing things, but always a high value friend. You need people that are very high quality. Jeff is one of those guys. Like my life is better because I know Jeff Reiman and I've known him a long time. We served together in the same unit. But point is, when you adopt a fitness routine, your clothes will start fitting better. You're going to photograph better. You're going to feel better about your self-esteem. And that carries over to how people treat you. Anytime I've really buckled down like a psycho, and I'm talking like beach runs, maybe a 24-hour fast, a lot more water, and a lot more greens and shakes. Like anytime I'm really doing it right and deliberately, I get more attention in the dating world. Big shocker. I get more attention from photographs. I get more engagement on social media. I attract more interest anytime I'm really on top of my fitness. Fitness has this amazing multiplier effect. So if you're out there running, you're out there lifting, you're out there hitting the gym, I call it iron therapy. You're out there doing this a couple times a week and you're taking care of yourself regularly, you're going to be in a better state mentally. And like I said, you don't have to do the January bullshit where you join a gym, it's fun for 4 weeks and then you just quit. Small things. If you haven't been active in a while, start taking a lunch to work. Start eating less flour. Limit yourself to fast food 2 times a year. That's literally how much fast food I have every year. 2, maybe 2. I have probably 3 sodas a year, if that. Limit your processed food. The more foods you eat that are one-step prep, the better your body's going to react to it. Make a salad with some nuts, dried cranberry, maybe a little feta cheese, a little bit of everything. Understand how fats work. Healthy fats. And this is all the Reiman Effect stuff. This is all stuff Jeff teaches. Cut your unhealthy fats and start ingesting the healthy ones: avocados, nuts, fish oil, olive oil, cream butter. You can make some delicious meals just by understanding how healthy fats work. All right. So make a fitness plan. That'll help you out in a number of ways. Your sex life will be better. Your clothes will fit better. Your partner will be more attracted to you. If you're single, you're going to catch more attention. Once in a while, I'm getting women on the sidewalk like saying hi to me. It's fucking weird. But it's because I'm on top of my stuff. So that's the first thing. If you want to develop personally, start a fitness plan. Number 2 is your limiting beliefs. Veterans, and foot stomping you. Thanks, Josh. Glad you could pop in. Limiting beliefs. If you recognize any of this, address it and do something about it. So a limiting belief is a poverty mindset, a fear of failure, a fear of success, imposter syndrome. These beliefs are fake and they keep us from our greatest success. You need to program yourself so that these things aren't standing in your way, because they create rules and they create guidance. And we have limiting beliefs because they create security and comfort in our subconscious. Why do people have poverty mindsets? Maybe they grew up poor like I did. Maybe they feel like they're going to end up on the street if they spend too much money. Maybe they feel like everything's too expensive and not enough money's coming in and they're never going to be able to break out. Okay. Poverty mindset's a bitch. It really is. The people that are the most successful with money are the ones that treat it like energy. They're not scared to spend it. They're not scared to invest it wisely. They're not scared to give it away to charity. But poverty mindset is a very strong limiting belief. Imposter syndrome is also very strong. And I want to clap back at Josh so bad for that. Oh, that was nice, dude. Very impressed. Imposter syndrome can be battled because we all have it at some point. We all look at our industry and we're like, I'm not the right person for this. I'm not smart enough to do this. Why am I really doing this? Shouldn't I be at a 9-to-5? Like we tell ourselves all this shit. And you got to remember, guys, you're talking to a person, you're listening to a person who literally started a visibility and PR firm with zero experience, zero education, zero client results. I literally started this from air. And now I've won 2 awards. Now I have like clients all over the country, a few of them all over the world. And I had to get over imposter syndrome. I had to tweak my own business model. I had to really jump in and say, what does a visibility strategist do? What problem do I solve? How can I get results for people? And I had to put in work in the field, honestly. Like my first few years were rough. I didn't know my brand identity. I didn't have client results. I didn't understand cause and effect. But over time, I developed assets. Point is, I got past my imposter syndrome and I have a good amount of confidence in what I do without being a sociopath. Sociopaths lie to themselves. They're the gurus out there, the grifters, the ones that give false hope, the ones that use mouth breather marketing, the ones that have to flash stacks of money in Lambos to try and provide credibility to make quick sales that lead to shit results. So the point is, your limiting beliefs are the worst thing possible for your business systems and for your personal development. If you work on your limiting beliefs, your business is going to do a lot better. Learn to recognize the 4 most prevalent limiting beliefs. Like I said, it's poverty mindset, imposter syndrome, fear of success, fear of failure. And then fear of judgment, like what other people think about you. That's probably the 5th. And just be honest with yourself. Which ones of these are popping up in your life? Which ones of these are in your subconscious keeping you from fucking achieving? Address them. Write them down. Be honest with yourself. Because you can break them. You can get past it. You want to beat imposter syndrome? Create a result. Do something amazing in your industry. Be your industry. Every single day, I still I'm like, fuck, man. What am I not doing that the big PR agencies are doing? How can I improve? I don't want to be like them. I want to be better than them. How do I become the #1 visibility strategist on earth, right? These are the deep questions I ask myself. And it comes with, okay, set the standard, be the industry, get better results, and make it really public what you do. Okay? This is how we beat imposter syndrome, by being fucking awesome in our industry. All right. Number 3 is sacrifice. And like I said, sacrifice is a two-edged sword. I don't want you guys adopting the bullshit Gary Vee model of, hey, you have to work 20 hours a day and you have to grind and hustle and you have to be up at the ass crack of dawn and you'll never see your kids and you're always on the road and you're fucking miserable. And it's like that Cat Stevens song, The Cat's in the Cradle. And, you know, at the end of the song, like the father realizes his son grew up without him and he missed every single great part of that dynamic, that relationship, that life. You have to do sacrifice at the level that it will benefit you, but to where you're not sacrificing balance and the value you provide for others. If you're that absentee dad and you have like a babysitter raising your kid all the time, you're never around the parent, you don't develop, you don't take care of your spouse, you don't take care of your family, you're just some dickhead that goes out, works too long at the office, is always miserable, you're starting to get fat, and then you come home, you have a hungry man TV dinner, remember those, and then you go to bed. That's not the right kind of sacrifice. So when I say sacrifice, maybe you give up your cable sports package and you invest in Warrior Council, $50 a month. When I say sacrifice, maybe you stop watching TV 3 hours a night and maybe cut it down to 1 hour a night. Watch Band of Brothers or some shit, something good. And then you go to bed and you wake up an extra hour, right? The last 2 months, I've done some pretty extreme sacrifices. In bed by 7:30 p.m., awake at 3 or 4, hard client work, strategizing from like 3 a.m. to about 6 a.m. And then an hour or two of fitness, back at client stuff, maybe a call in the afternoon, maybe some marketing. But I sacrificed a lot, but I made some great gains as well. Sacrifice is about delaying gratification. Maybe you don't buy yourself that new car this year. I drive a freaking, I think my car's a 2007 and it's paid off. It's an Eclipse. I love it to death. Still runs fine. But the point is, I want a Porsche. Do I deserve a Porsche? No, not yet. So I take that money I would spend on the Porsche and I invest it in my business. Sacrifice is about delaying gratification. It means you don't go out 6 nights a week if you want your business to flourish. It means the first couple years of your business, you do have to work some extra hours. But it doesn't mean you have to create a culture and a cycle of misery to get it. And any person that tells you you have to work like 20 hours a day is a miserable piece of shit that's leading you down a bad path. And I'll bet their kids wonder what they look like. Okay. Understand the difference between healthy sacrifice and unhealthy sacrifice. And that's where you're going to win. All right. So that's personal development. Adopt a fitness plan. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Understand sacrifice and delay of gratification. All right. Now we're going to get to the good stuff. Business. Every single person in business, every entrepreneur, every business owner needs 3 things. You need a mentor, you need a protege, and you need a group. Ask yourself right now. We got Ryan Hunt, we got Christine Walker, we got Joe Nicasio, Phil Cook. Do you have those 3 things? Do you have a mentor that is guiding your actions, able to answer your questions, able to help you grow, help push you out of your comfort zone? Do you have a protege, someone that you're mentoring, someone that you're helping develop their future? I would say my protege right now, honestly, is Dallas Poor. Great guy, former Marine. He's doing an amazing nonprofit that uses motorcycle therapy to help veterans. And I'm helping him with the nonprofit end. I'm helping him with guidance. I'm helping him with getting past each step he's outlined for his company. And he's one of my tactical CEQ clients. So I'm working with him personally to make sure I'm checking in on him, to make sure I'm teaching him the best stuff that I know how to do. So he'd be a protege. And then for my group, I'm in Warrior Council. I'm in Vet Tribe. I'm in a couple of communities that I run. But you need those three things, and you need to understand the value and the role that each of those bring to you. So have a mentor or a few, have a protege, and have a group. All these things bring value into your life. And I'm foot stomping Warrior Council. Absolutely. You need outside people giving you guidance. You need to be able to ping questions into a group of very smart people 24/7. And you need other people's creative ideas for sure. That's how you grow, because your brain can only take you so far. Your level of creativity, your ideas, your downloads from the universe will only take you to a certain level. You need outside influences that can give you that idea or to teach you that website that might change the game, right? Rich Kaufman and Annette Wittenberger taught me about StreamYard, and maybe Manny Wolf. And I put off the paid plan forever. I made excuses. I'm like, oh, I'll do it next year. It's not that important, whatever. This year, well, fucking 2023, I was deliberate, and I bought the paid upgrade to StreamYard. Now I can broadcast to 8 different social media platforms. And I bought a refurbed laptop that is my dedicated laptop. And it just runs StreamYard. That's all I have it for, right? But the point of doing that is I upgraded. And if they hadn't have taught me that, I would still be stuck doing Facebook Lives and just going out to Facebook. But now I'm going out right now, as you're listening to this, I'm going out to Instagram Live. I'm going out to my own Facebook. I'm going out to my 2 Facebook groups I run. I'm going out to Vet Tribe. I'm going out to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. $50 a month. You cannot beat that. In high def video, talking to a bunch of people, with a little rolling scroll across the bottom, my name, my logo, right? So point is, sometimes someone can share something with you you would not pick up on your own. This is why you need outside influences. This is why you need to like join some type of mastermind, some type of group, some type of networking group, whatever. Too many people are trying to lone wolf it. And like I said, your brain is a beautiful and wonderful thing, but it doesn't know everything. You've got to constantly be tapping into your network for the best shit they know and the best processes and systems that they know, right? All right. Number 2 on business. What does ascension look like? And too many people start businesses and they don't understand what's the model look like when you hit 6 figures. What's the plan to scale to 500,000? What's the plan to scale to 7 figures? Do I have to increase marketing? Do I have to do a new type of advertising? Do I have to up-level my branding? Do I have to branch out to other social media platforms? The point is, very few people actually plan for ascension. And this is something I'm working on as well. I do well. I'm around 6 figures. I'm close. I'm probably right under. And for a solopreneur that doesn't use advertising ever, I think it's pretty good. I don't want to say impressive. I don't want to brag. But the point is, if I can get to that level on my own without dedicated employees, like I have a couple of team members for sure, but they're part-timers. But if I can do that on my own organically, imagine if I start doing paid ads. Imagine if I start being omnipresent and I automate all my social media and I invest in some hot fire branding and some great new graphics and some cool videos, and I get my reach even further with good looking content. At that point, the sales are going to increase quite a bit if I'm doing this strategically. That's how you scale. That's how you get to that point. And I'm like, okay, not only do you need a plan for ascension, right? That next level, you need bandwidth. And I've seen at least 3 companies that got famous overnight. Maybe they got on Fox News. Maybe they, just had this crazy, crazy successful year. And they got more business than they could handle, and it broke their business. Okay. You need to understand expansion and how it works and scale, because some of us do get the dream results and we get more business than we can handle. Are we ready for a $50,000 order? Are we ready for somebody that wants to sign a year in advance? Can we deliver if 10 people come to you with $10,000 orders? And the answer for most of us is no, because we haven't planned ahead, because we haven't thought about contingency. Okay. So in the back of my head, if I hit it big one day, let's say that in 1 week, I got on a bunch of large scale interviews and I had a shitload of people in my inbox, and I sold all these PR and visibility packages, because let's say I do a marketing campaign. It works out really well, right? Can I fulfill all those orders? No. Am I going to disappoint people? Yes. So what would I do? I would hire a team. And that's expansion. My organizational structure changes. I now have employees. I probably now have some people coming into the agency, walking around and doing stuff with me, and I'm assigning them certain clients, and I'm overseeing their work, right? I have now promoted from where we all start is E4s, $0 to $5,000, and E4 equivalent, to an O3, tier 2, when you get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month steadily. Your organizational structure has to change. You have to be able to accommodate bandwidth. You need to hire people that can be force multipliers so that you're not doing all the grunt work. And then when your business takes off and you're at $10,000 or more a month, that's $120,000 a year. You're now the equivalent of an O7. You're a brigadier general that just talks to managers. Nobody ever thinks like this. Nobody ever really breaks down their business to a military themed strategy. But if they do this, they can handle bandwidth and they can handle scale. That's what ascension looks like. Be prepared in case your business does blow up and start doing amazing things. Okay. And if you're running it properly and you've got your mentors, you got your proteges, you got your mastermind groups, you got your self-development, you got your fitness, you're doing all great things. You're going to have to plan for ascension. You're going to have to plan for scale. Does it scare the shit out of people? Yes, absolutely. You're going to have to do uncomfortable shit. You'll have to hire and fire people often. Tim Ferriss says he hires and fires all the time. Because guess what? If you don't plan for ascension and scale, you're never going to grow in business. You're never going to be able to get past whatever limiting belief is in your head. Oh, more money, more problems. Oh, I would never want to be a 7-figure business owner. I'll have to pay so much in taxes and I won't be able to manage this shit. And I will lose that small amount of control I have in my business. It's not the right mindset. The right mindset is I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to create these results, and I'm going to evolve into a person that can run a 7-figure business. That's what self-development's about. That's what ascension's about. And a lot of veterans are very stubborn. And a lot of veterans are stuck because they won't ask for help and they refuse to self-develop and they refuse to invest in their business, which brings me to point 3 for business. You need to invest in your business. You need to hire experts. You need to invest in marketing. You need to invest in branding. You need to invest in PR. The people that bring a poor money mindset into their business are insufferable, and they're going to be stuck on zero growth for many years. And there are a few people in my network that I see every single day being cheap asses. And this is why they're having so much trouble growing your business. And if you think I'm talking about you, I probably fucking am. I was talking to this guy this morning, like I said, very successful. And he completely agreed with me that the two things that veterans are not doing that they need to is self-development and investing in their business. If they are actively working on both of those things, they're going to see the greatest successes that they've ever seen. They're going to grow their businesses. They're going to be where they need to be. Veterans, I'm talking to you. Work on self-development, even if it's something basic. Read a Tony Robbins book. Go to a course. You don't have to like hire some goofy guru or fucking get some, some bullshit from a Facebook ad. Read The Law of Success. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. Read The Nuclear Effect with Scott Oldford. But do something that teaches you a skill or makes you a better person in your business life. Okay? Christine Walker, owner of Eddie's Magazine, very smart lady, wonderful person, adds that while you're small, take the time to develop policy and procedures and job descriptions for future employees. Brilliant. This is why I love having smart friends. My buddy Jeff just started off with the Ryman effect. And he invested in his business immediately. And I can already tell he's going to win. This is why. He invested in Warrior Council, $50 a month. Now he gets 24/7 support. He gets to go to weekly meetings. He gets access to content. He gets a specialized, personalized group, almost his own mastermind of veteran business owners. He bought my tactical CEQ PR guide with a promotion that I did. Now Jeff gets a press release. Now he can actually create his social media plan. Now he can actually like go through this, learn how to reach out to celebrities, do all this shit. The point is he saw a good product and he went for it for his own self-development. Jeff invested in his business and it's going to pay off. You guys have got to open up the wallet. You got to open up the purse. Remember that as long as you get an ROI, every investment's a good one. Sometimes the ROI is more money. Sometimes the ROI is teaching you a skill. Sometimes the ROI is non-tangible. Point is, invest in your business when you need to. Do not be cheap about shit. And if you're one of these people complaining about Warrior Councils too much at $50 a month, and you're paying $200 for cable a month, or you're going to Starbucks every day, or you're buying every iPhone and every set of Jordans that comes out, or tattoos and vapes, just stupid consumer shit, your priorities are wrong. Okay? Be less of a consumer and be more of a producer. That is the hallmark of a successful person. I dropped 4 figures on my business yesterday. I bought from 3 other veterans as well on top of that. Point is, I'm investing in things that make my business better. They improve aspects of my marketing. They get me in front of more people. They teach me skill sets I didn't have before. So wrapping up, for business, you need a mentor or protege group. You need to know what your ascension looks like, and you need to invest in your business. All right. That is all I've got for now. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you the best in this new year. Hopefully, you've gained a couple of nuggets of knowledge, just something that's going to kind of guide you to your greatest success. Cheap plug. If you want a very strong PR guide, this is digital and it's printed. Digital version is $47. Printed version is $97. This is the best knowledge I have, the most up-to-date current strategies. It is 50 pages plus long. It's huge. Full social media planning, how to pitch media, get on TV, how to align with celebrities and influencers, how to create a media platform, how to create power and influence, how to teach your industry. This is the most powerful guide I've ever written. If you want to know more about it, just message me. I would not put this up here and talk about it if I didn't feel this could make a violent and wonderful effect on your business. I gave up Thanksgiving to create this for you guys. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything, PR, business strategies, Rob, why are my sales so fucking slow? Whatever. Message me. Let's talk. Take action. Do something. Don't be a slug. All right. I love you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you next time. This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, wishing you a very prosperous and successful 2024. As always, stay famous. See you next time.